this Verona elementary school teacher, it's not what's going on during school hours, but after them that really makes her stand out. We'll introduce you to this month's top-notch teacher.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, I'm Christina Laurie. We want to get right away to the biggest headline of the morning. Joe Biden now has a primary victory. The former vice president scored a decisive win overnight in South Carolina, giving his campaign much-needed momentum heading into this week's Super Tuesday contest. CBS News correspondent Michael George has the latest.
Thank you, South Carolina!
Former Vice President Joe Biden celebrated his much-needed win in South Carolina. It's his first victory of the primary season.
Just days ago, the press and the pundits had declared this candidacy dead. Now, thanks to all of you, the heart of the Democratic Party, we just won, and we've won big because of you.
African Americans helped lift Biden to victory. A CBS News exit poll showed 60% of black voters supported Biden.
I voted for Joe Biden. I feel he was the perfect choice.
Businessman Tom Steyer turned in his best showing to date, but it wasn't enough to convince him to continue his efforts.
But I said if I didn't see a path to winning, that I'd suspend my campaign. And honestly, I can't see a path where I can win the presidency.
Senator Bernie Sanders once predicted victory in South Carolina, but he steered clear of the Palmetto State on Saturday. This rally was in Virginia, where voters will hit the polls in a few days on Super Tuesday.
We are here tonight because we are determined that Donald Trump will be a one-term president.
Former New York City Mayor Mike Bloomberg was also out on the campaign trail Saturday. He'll be on ballots on Tuesday for the first time. Michael George, CBS News.
Now, here to break down what these results mean is UW-Madison professor Michael Wagner. Thank you so much for waking up with us.
Well, it's my pleasure.
So, big news, biggest headline, Biden wins decisively. He almost doubled what the polls projected. Do you think this marks a turning point in his race?
Maybe. I mean, on the one hand, Joe Biden has been running for president in different elections since 1988, and this is the first time he's ever won a primary. But he's always been running as the person who has been the electable candidate. That's been his attempted narrative so far, and he didn't win early, and so it's possible this could reset the race, but Bernie Sanders has the advantage in the kind of crown jewel swing states in polling so far. On the other hand, it's been a volatile polling time, and so it could be that Biden's win propels him to do a little bit better in some of those states, especially California and Texas. We'll have to wait and see.
Right now, Sanders is polling ahead in both California and Texas going into Super Tuesday when almost a third of total delegates are up for grabs. Do you think that it's possible that Sanders could clinch the nomination by this Tuesday?
No, I don't think that there would be a clinching of the nomination. I think that we could see a more dramatic winnowing of the number of candidates. And so Elizabeth Warren has been betting on Super Tuesday for some time. Amy Klobuchar has been doing the same. Pete Buttigieg has been doing the same. And so after Super Tuesday, if those folks aren't winning a state or two or coming in close and unexpected seconds in some of the larger states, it's going to be harder for them to keep going, especially if Klobuchar doesn't win Minnesota, her home state, and Warren doesn't win Massachusetts, her home state.
If a candidate like Amy Klobuchar or Elizabeth Warren were to drop out, which candidate would that most benefit?
It seems like it would mostly benefit Joe Biden, but it would also benefit Sanders a little bit, depending upon which of those two dropped out, but hard to say for sure.
And by the time the race comes to us, we have some viewers in Illinois. They vote March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Here in Wisconsin, we vote on April 7th. How small do you expect the field to be by then?
I would guess a 2 or 3 person race by then. I think Super Tuesday will be a time when we see some more people dropping out, and then it'll probably be Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, and maybe one other person.
And currently in our state, Sanders, according to the latest Marquette Law School poll released just this week, Sanders is in first, Bloomberg in second, Biden in third. Do you was that any surprise to you?
No, not really. I mean, Sanders has had strength in Wisconsin going back 4 years when he did well here and winning against Hillary Clinton. The Elections Research Center poll, UW, that we conducted recently also shows Sanders in the lead and a bunch of folks kind of around 12, 13% in that area in second. And so a lot of that will move around, of course, after people drop out in the coming weeks. But Sanders has had strength here, and that's no surprise.
And the Marquette Law School poll also jumped ahead to the general election. It showed that Sanders would actually beat Trump, Biden and Trump would tie, and Bloomberg would lose to Trump. Do you think that that is in line with your polling at the UW as well?
I would say that those things are broadly similar, and we shouldn't put too much stock into how people say they're going to vote. There's a little bit of strategic answering going on. If you're a big, strong Sanders supporter, you might say, I wouldn't vote for Biden now, even though you might, well, when the general election comes out, and vice versa if you're a Biden supporter not wanting to make Bernie look good in that same kind of poll.
Okay, but for now, all eyes are on those Super Tuesday states. 15 contests up on Tuesday.
There are a lot of races, way more delegates up. Some states have more delegates than we've seen awarded so far. So this is when the race really begins.
Thank you so much, Professor Wagner. We
My pleasure.
expect to have you on later in this season as the race tightens even more. Thank you so much. Have a great morning. Wisconsin voters head to the polls, as we mentioned, on April 7th for our Democratic primary, and one group is working to get people involved at this weekend's Organized to Win Summit. Organizers say the goal is to counter big money by bringing people together to network, connect, and organize so their voices can be heard on critical issues this election year.
Because the biggest problems facing America are being punted. They're not being solved in Washington or in Madison. And it's going to be up to we the people to make that change.
150 people showed up at Madison Labor Temple for the event. Featured speakers included teen climate activists and people fighting for criminal justice reform. Well, the forecast is also a big story this weekend, and we want to turn it right away to meteorologist Chris Reese with some really good news. Hi, Chris.
Good morning, Christina. That's right. The south wind is going to be a big deal as we go through today because that's ushering in the warmer temperatures that a lot of us are going to see here in south central Wisconsin. Check out Monroe. Sustained south winds coming in at 20 miles per hour right now, and that has created quite the temperature difference as opposed to this time yesterday morning. 23 degrees warmer in Madison. You work your way up towards Camp Douglas. This is where that temperature is 32 degrees warmer than just 24 hours ago. We're waking up in Madison at 33 degrees right now. Again, those winds out of the south at 10 miles per hour. A little bit of cloud cover out there, and that's just how things are going to be as we go through the day. You'll see the clouds at times. Other times, things are going to be fairly sunny. Janesville waking up at 36. Notice most areas are above freezing this morning. We're at 30 in Waukesha and 32 in Juneau. Some 20s on the map, but we all will continue to warm up as we go through time with what I've seen, not just today, but in the extended forecast. I'm throwing out the full-blown spring fever alert. A lot of us are going to have that if you don't already.
An alert I can get behind, Chris. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
We're following violent clashes this morning between police and protesters in Hong Kong. According to Chinese news stations, protesters threw Molotov cocktails at officers on the 6-month anniversary of a violent attack at the entrance of a substation downtown. Police employed tear gas to break up the scene. We're told, luckily, no one was injured. Back in the U.S., all eyes will be on the stock market tomorrow as it reopens after a terrible week on Wall Street. Both the Dow and S&P 500 are coming off their worst weeks since 2008. The Dow dropped 12.4% and the S&P gave back 11.5%. Financial experts warn coronavirus fears are driving massive sell-offs, but National Economic Council officials say they are not concerned right now.
The virus is not going to sink the American economy. What is or could sink the American economy is the socialism coming from our friends on the other side of the aisle.
Financial experts predict the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates on March 18th. More local news now. A public vigil will be held tonight to remember the 5 victims of the mass shooting at Molson Coors Brewing Company. The vigil will start at 6 o'clock at Milwaukee City Hall. Meanwhile, a Milwaukee kindergartner is doing her best to make a difference for the employees of that company.
I told my mom that I wanted to make cards for the people who work at Miller, so then my mom said, sure, let's do it.
That is is the delightful 6-year-old Allison Kruger. She is working to make a handwritten card to give to each of the more than 1,000 employees at Molson Coors. Kruger has gotten help from volunteers who came to drop off cards and even some who sat down to help her write them, including an officer who responded to the scene.
A lot of times we're there on the front end of things, so to have an opportunity afterwards to have a positive impact, it's a great thing to be a part of.
Allison has made hundreds of cards already, but she still has a long way to go. If you'd like to help, she's collecting cards and raising money on her GoFundMe, which you can find a link to on our website, channel3000.com. It's a new month. Teacher. This morning, we're introducing you to Lindsay Erb, a teacher at Glacier Edge Elementary School. It's obvious Miss Herb loves her job. Our Charlotte DeLeste explains why it's not what goes on during school hours, but after them, that really makes this teacher stand out.
All right, my friends, come on in, find a good spot to sit. I love all the hats that I wear and have to wear throughout the day.
As a first and second grade multi-age teacher, Lindsay Herb makes sure she's always a step or two ahead of her students.
Everything revolves around bringing up these little beings and, you know, making sure that they are decent human beings.
Little humans who are learning more than the expected academics.
I think at the end of the day, when somebody's going to succeed, it has more to do with just knowing how to interact with other people rather than like the wealth of knowledge that everyone's going to get.
It's about being inspired.
There is a cute little children's skit that Zap It, Make It Happen.
Lindsay co-taught for 4 years with Lindsay Snow.
We kind of called her our Zap It Queen. And she always encouraged me to push and go further and try new things.
She lost her battle with metastatic breast cancer at the beginning of the school year, but they're still working together in spirit. This is Born to Move. It's something the two Lindsays did together.
It's a fun way to remember her.
1, 2.
The name says it all.
One, it gets a group of kids together that never really hang out during the day. Especially right now in our freezing cold Wisconsin winter, it gets kids being active.
Moving around and having fun warms everyone's hearts and bodies. And the joy of doing it together, well, that leads to another important life lesson.
The people that you work with, love the people that you are with on a daily basis.
It's a lesson of love.
This is truly what I was born to do.
Lindsay, congratulations and thank you for doing what you do every single day. If you know a teacher who is top-notch, please nominate him or her on our website, channel3000.com. But first, here's a live look outside on this gorgeous Sunday morning. Chris is tracking your top-notch forecast just ahead.
Switch to US Cellular now and get 50% off select smartphones, like the Samsung Galaxy S10e or the Google Pixel 4. Decisions. Amazing phone or amazing phone? Or one of these amazing phones. 50% off. An offer this good is a no-brainer, but choosing, ooh, so hard. Sorry about offering you so many amazing phones at 50% off. Our bad, but good for you. Now that's fair. US Cellular. Choose fair.
Big insurance companies often use their size to take advantage of injured people making a claim. At Havish & Rotier, we don't think this is fair. So we've built our personal injury law practice to do everything possible to level the playing field. Because it shouldn't be about who's the biggest. It should be about what's right. Havish & Rotier. We fight for what's right.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and Internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love them.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And the auto show is the perfect time to see why.
Wow. I love it.
That's my next truck. Use Auto Show Cash and find the many reasons to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love it.
I'm gonna go buy a Chevy.
Right now, get $1,000 Auto Show Cash on all 2020 Silverado 1500 pickups. That's on top of most other offers. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you? Smile. Woo! Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
Well, those warmer temperatures, they're certainly on their way to the upper Midwest. And honestly, a lot of that's here already. If you stepped outside, you'll notice things are already relatively milder compared to where we typically are this time of the year. One of the things I want to show you, though, is the snowpack, simply because this helps tell the story. For one, this snowpack won't be here much longer. By this time next week, a lot of this map is going to be empty. But I want to show you out just south of Rockford, there's no snow on the ground. And we have winds coming out of the south and west over a place without snow. It really eats into that snowpack that's just towards the north. That's exactly what we're seeing right now. Strong southerly winds coming our direction. In Rockford, those winds are sustained at 17 miles per hour. 10 miles per hour is the sustained wind here in Madison. But check out the temperature difference. This was my promise to you guys yesterday and all the days before. If you remember, I said this weekend would be incredibly warmer than just this time on Saturday morning. And so here's exactly what we're seeing. Thankfully, there's no rain. There's not a lot of cloud cover, so we're not concerned about that at all. In fact, the Midwest is relatively quiet, despite the fact that there is a little area of low pressure. Typically, you would see some sort of clouds or precipitation associated with that, but there's just not a lot of moisture. We've been so cold and dry over the past couple of days that there's not enough fuel to get any showers going. Instead, we get a dry day, and we get the warm front coming our direction. And this is the setup that I've been talking about really since about Tuesday when I said we would see a strong warm front. Here it is, and you can see that surge of warmth that's coming our direction as we move in through today. But here are current conditions outside right now. It's a beautiful morning. Temperatures are at 33 degrees. There's a little bit of cloud cover out there with the winds. Yes, the wind chill is at 25, but even that gets better as we go through the day. 34 in Monroe right now. Waukesha coming in at 30, and just about all of us are into the 30s at some point. We do have a couple of us still in the 20s this morning, but let's put things into motion. We're at 11 o'clock. Check out that temperature at 42, 46 for our friends down in Rock County. Now we get you towards 4:30, and it's low 50s for just about everyone from the Dells and Point South. As you work your way north of the Dells, you may be just a little bit cooler than the 50s, but I still expect those temperatures into the upper 40s, the mid 40s, close to 50 anyway. Now we move down into tonight. We'll see those overnight lows coming down into the 30s, so we'll be a little bit cooler. We'll be cooler tomorrow as well, but folks, temperatures are going to stay above average, not just through the next 6 to 10 days, but we're talking above average temperatures for much of the lower 48 as we go through the next couple of weeks, and our forecast reflects that. Now, our average temperature today for a high is 36. By next Tuesday, that average high is 39. But there are no 30s for highs in that forecast. They are all in the 40s and 50s pretty much each and every day. And there's something special about Sunday because last Sunday we made it into the 50s. Groundhog Day Sunday, we made it into the 50s. We're going to be in the 50s this Sunday, and 50s in that forecast next Sunday.
How many people do you expect we'll see wearing shorts and flip-flops today?
All of Wisconsin. I'm kidding. You know, that's a good question.
You know there's going to be people.
Last week, I certainly saw it, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to go to church this morning, and I typically see at least one person in shorts at church.
If anyone sees a picture, please just send it to us. I want to laugh.
We'll figure it out.
I'll laugh at you.
All right.
Thanks, Chris.
My pleasure.
Well, you and nobody needs to worry about packing breakfast for tomorrow. McDonald is giving out free Egg McMuffins this Monday during the chain's first ever National Egg McMuffin Day. It comes as the 50th anniversary of the Egg McMuffin approaches next year. All you have to do is download the McDonald's app, create an account, and go to McDonald's between 6 and 10:30 tomorrow morning. Just say we sent you there. And Panera is making headlines for its latest deal, a new subscription program that offers unlimited hot or iced coffee. For just $9 a month, you can get all the coffee you can drink. The unlimited access to coffee is available any time of day for any size of cup. Those interested first have to become a member of the Panera's free loyalty program called My Panera. I'm a proud member myself. New York joins the growing list of states that are banning plastic bags. The other options, it's now offering shoppers starting today. And it wasn't long ago we all carried around cash. Next, we'll take you to a store that's still making its customers do just that.
Go to Amazon.com skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs.
Dear Wallet, Toyota President's Day is on. Load up on tech. Load up on style. Load up on fun. And load up on savings. Hurry, get a historic deal before it's history. See you soon, your new Toyota. Right now, get $1,000 TFS cash when you finance a new 2020 RAV4 or lease a new RAV4 for $239 a month. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Where do you go to get the right answers about your money and investments? Are you stressed? Do you feel left in the dark, like no one's listening or even understands you? If this sounds like you, you're not alone. My name's Chris Klein. Over the past 25 years, it's been my mission to help people just like you. People that are great at creating wealth, but might need a little help keeping it. Text STRESS to 608-620-1111 to receive my signature breakthrough session. When we're done, you'll have a proven path on how to grow your wealth and protect it.
Okay, in my Johnsonville commercial, they opened on a game show set in the 70s. Today we got Johnsonville smoked sausage made with 100% premium pork. Some brands mix meats and add fillers, but not Johnsonville. Contestant number 1 bids the closest, so he wins a boat. And he says, I don't want that boat, I want the sausage. What if I told you that boat is filled with Johnsonville smoked sausage? And that's a smoked sausage commercial made the Johnsonville way.
Our home is the training ground for her dreams policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
I love that one. I love it.
I love them. It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And the auto show is the perfect time to see why.
Wow. I love it.
That's my next truck. Use Auto Show Cash and find the many reasons to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love it.
I'm gonna go buy a Chevy.
Right now, get $1,000 Auto Show Cash on all 2020 Silverado 1500 pickups. That's on top of most other offers. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back. In an age when some retailers and restaurants are going cashless, there's a store in New York City where the cash register is king. Naomi Rucham takes us inside a generations-old family business that's facing the challenge of changing times.
As Brian Fairman puts it, everyone collects something.
Music to my ears. I like
cash registers.
That dedication runs deep in Fairman's blood. His family has been selling these hulking metal machines since 1910, when Fairman's grandfather first arrived in New York from Poland.
It's in my veins. You can see my father's footprints here while he would stand here and work at this table.
In the century since opening its doors here on the Lower East Side, the Fairman Cash Register Company has seen business decline in recent years, with people swiping to pay instead of pulling out cash. Nick Maynard is lead analyst at Juniper Research based outside London. The firm's data shows that global transactions from digital commerce are exploding from $641 billion in 2019 to a projected $1.1 trillion by 2024. Still, Maynard believes cash will live to see another day.
The role of cash will persist for a while. I think we're having a lot of people saying that cash is dead. I don't think that's necessarily the case.
As cash commerce dwindles, Brian is preparing to sell his building.
I'm very sad that I'm going to be leaving the cash register business. I don't want to, but the economy's changed. The world has changed.
When Fairman's business does eventually close, he plans to take home all of the historic cash registers and tools that have been in his family for decades. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
New research from the Harvard Business Review shows 50% of consumers now use a card for purchases as small as $4.50, about the price of a latte. Also disappearing from businesses are plastic bags. Starting today, New York becomes the latest state to get rid of them in hopes of reducing pollution. Shoppers will have to bring their own reusable bags or buy one for 99 cents. Foldable cloth versions are also available for 20 cents. Under the new law, customers could also pay a nickel for a paper bag, but that is not always an option.
Paper bags with handles are not even available to purchase in the United States.
Paper bags. There's been a sudden surge in orders as more communities dump plastic bags. 4 states have single-use plastic bag bans, while Maine, Vermont, Delaware, and Connecticut will join the list this year or next. Several major cities also have rules limiting plastic bags in an effort to reduce pollution. Selection Sunday is 2 weeks away, and as the Badgers return to the Kohl Center tonight, they've got their eyes on a different tournament. And we'll meet the person behind the Overture Center's so-called audio description, making sure everyone can see the production. We'll be right back.
Have you heard? Tempur-Pedic sleep is better sleep. With innovative memory foam developed by NASA, Tempur-Pedic mattresses reduce motion transfer, which means less tossing and turning so you can sleep undisturbed through the night. But which Tempur-Pedic is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Let our expert sales staff guide you to your perfect Tempur-Pedic. And right now, get a free Furniture Row gift certificate when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Shop Denver Mattress today, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
I'm Alfonso, and there's more to me than HIV. There's my career, my cause, my choir. I'm a work in progress. So much goes into who I am. HIV medicine is one part of it.
Prescription Dovato is for adults who are starting HIV-1 treatment and who aren't resistant to either of the medicines dolutegravir or lamivudine. Dovato has 2 medicines in 1 pill to help you reach and then stay undetectable, so your HIV can be controlled with fewer medicines while taking Dovato. You can take Dovato any time of day, with food or without. Don't take Dovato if you're allergic to any of its ingredients or if you take dofetilide. If you have hepatitis B, it can change during treatment with Dovato and become harder to treat. Your hepatitis B may get worse or become life-threatening if you stop taking Dovato. So do not stop Dovato without talking to your doctor. Serious side effects can occur, including allergic reactions, liver problems, and liver failure. Life-threatening side effects include lactic acid buildup and severe liver problems. If you have a rash and other symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Dovato and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems, including hepatitis B or C. One of the ingredients in Dovato may harm your unborn baby. Your doctor may prescribe a different medicine than Dovato. Your doctor should do a pregnancy test before starting Dovato. Use effective birth control while taking Dovato. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, nausea, trouble sleeping, and tiredness.
So much goes into who I am and hope to be. Ask your doctor if starting HIV treatment with Dovato is right for you.
This President's Day, I do solemnly swear to faithfully overcome all weather, seek new heights, and exercise my right to go anywhere and do anything in the longest-lasting and best-selling 4x4 SUV brand. Take the oath of adventure at the Jeep President's Day event. It's auto show time. Well-qualified returning lessees can lease the 2020 Renegade Latitude 4x4 for $189 a month.
This election season, politicians are targeting Wisconsin, making promises and claims to capture your vote. But you deserve the truth. Only Reality Check gives you the tools you need to make informed choices. I'm News 3 Now political reporter Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now This Morning.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope your day's off to a great start. It is March 1st. I'm Christina Laurie in for Keeley this morning. The Democratic field of presidential candidates, it's now turning its attention to the 15 Super Tuesday contest this Sunday after former Vice President Joe Biden's big win in South Carolina overnight. Biden led the other Democrats by nearly 30 points. Senator Bernie Sanders finished in second, followed by Tom Steyer, who ended his campaign within hours of the polls closing. We're now just 2 days away from Super Tuesday, where nearly a third of the country's delegates are up for grabs. After South Carolina, Sanders still leads in delegate count after voters from the first 4 states cast their ballots. Selection Sunday is 2 weeks from today, but first the Badgers are back inside the friendly confines of the Kohl Center for a 5:30 tip-off against Minnesota. They're playing for win number 6 in a row and a possible double bye in the Big Ten tournament. After tonight, they still have a home game against Northwestern before finishing the regular season with a game on the road at Indiana next Saturday. The Badgers need to win all 3 to ensure themselves a double bye in the tournament, meaning they wouldn't have to play until 1 week from Friday in Indy. And call it a McDeal. McDonald's is giving out free Egg McMuffins tomorrow during the chain's first ever National Egg McMuffin Day. Boy, they waited long enough. It comes as the 50th anniversary of the Egg McMuffin approaches next year. All you have to do is download the McDonald's app, create an account, and go to McDonald's between 6 and 10:30 Monday morning. And it's going to be a beautiful day to get outside. Right, Chris?
That's indeed the case. We're already starting off on a beautiful note here in south central Wisconsin. That sun on the eastern part of our horizon there. And temperature-wise, boy, is it going to feel good. We already do. Temperatures are, yes, chilly in the 30s, but with that strong southerly wind, we will continue to warm up and in a big way as we move through the afternoon. Check this out. Sustained southerly winds at 13 in Janesville, but then we hop over to Monroe, and that sustained southerly wind is at 21 miles per hour. And we'll see the strong south wind increasing as we go through the day, and that's keeping these temperatures a lot warmer than they were yesterday. There's a 23-degree temperature difference than this time yesterday morning. For Janesville, that's a 25-degree difference. Fond du Lac, it's 31 degrees in terms of that difference. But here's what happens as we look ahead. We'll go from 33 by 11 o'clock. We'll be at 42 by 1. We will be at 46, and I expect those temperatures to make it into the low 50s. We'll have a cool down as we move into your Monday, but folks, you're still going to feel that spring fever as we go through the week ahead.
Spring fever is something I'd like to catch. Thanks, Chris. More local news now. When theater lovers with limited or no vision come to a Broadway show at the Overture Center in Madison, they have a new way to enrich their experience. It's called audio description. Think of it as sign language for the visually impaired. Our Mark Kane went to the Overture to find out how it works.
The evening at the Overture Center for season ticket holder Joanne Gustafson starts out at Patron Services Center. She picks up a pair of wireless headphones. She's here along with thousands of others for the Broadway musical The Color Purple. Joanne makes her way into the main hall to find her seat close to the stage. Joanne is visually impaired.
So what you see at 400 feet, I need to see at 20 feet.
So you can see movement on the stage, but that's about
Sometimes.
it? Sometimes.
If somebody's walking across the stage, I can definitely see that. But if they're just waving or something, I might not be able to.
But now, with a service called Audio Description, Joanne is able to see the show through words. Hidden in a soundproof projection booth with a good view of the stage is Kelly Warren, a Madison-based audio producer who runs Mind's Eye Audio Productions.
Barbara, can you raise your hand if you can hear me?
Kelly attends the show a day or two before, makes notes, and follows the 100-page-long script. Then show night, visually impaired theatergoers put on their headsets, and Kelly describes what's going on. It's not as easy as it sounds.
Action that's not part of the dialogue, and in this case, in terms of musicals, the dialogue's in the songs. So I can't talk over the songs. So what I try to do is I get kind of in and out quickly, and it just moves, and every word that's being sung is in the script. So it's just, the pages are flying. And it's this up and down. It's reading, watching, reading, watching, reading, watching, and listening. She pulls out a sheet and wraps it as if she's giving birth.
For Joanne, who loves Broadway plays, the service helps her see the production.
Oh, it enhances it immensely. I get more out of the story. I can laugh when the other people laugh and clap when the other people clap.
That's just Nettie and Celie.
She sometimes describes what the people are wearing, if they're carrying anything, or sometimes the expression on the face.
Says Nettie. He cracks his whip. Celie runs off. It's an art form in a way because what I have to do is kind of split myself down the middle of sight and sound, because I have to know what the sound is coming off this, with the voices and sound effects and music. At the same time, I have to watch what's happening on stage. So it's kind of like evenly balancing sight and sound. I use the chairs as if they're as shovels.
There are some 90,000 visually impaired people in Wisconsin, many of whom would never consider attending a Broadway show. This program changes that. It changed Joanne and the other sight-impaired patrons' lives.
They enjoy it, and they feel that it adds to their experience. Some of them may not even consider coming to the theater if it weren't for having this extra service.
I just get so much more out of it. I can just enjoy it more.
Says Mr. He's singing to Nettie. She cowers.
Enjoying the performance on stage and the one from that soundproof booth as well.
At the end of the night, I kind of feel like I performed. It's a performance as well.
Be astonished or...
Astonished is a good word.
It is.
She's helping you see.
She is.
In Madison, I'm Mark Kane, News 3 Now.
The plain patty cake.
Users of the audio description service have to buy their tickets for the show, but the service itself is free. The Overture provides the service for one performance during a show's run. Just request the headsets when you order tickets for the show. The center is hoping more people take advantage of this service as we spread the word. Time now, 7:36. Spring is in the air, and so is the start of grilling season. You know aspiring cooks will be outside, probably in shorts, grilling today, but this morning we're turning up the heat inside with Chef Sarah from Longhorn Steakhouse. We've got some dinner ideas for your family right after this.
Take an extra day to save at Ashley Home Store's 72-hour Leap Day sale. This Saturday through Monday with a Preview Day Friday. Get our biggest discounts of the year store-wide. Line up early Saturday for a free gift. Save up to 70% off furniture and doorbusters throughout the store. Plus an extra 20% off our sale prices. That's our best bonus deal of the year. And don't miss the final days of Mattress Marathon with huge savings on sleep store-wide. Leap Day weekend only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Choosing a window replacement company is tough. We asked our customers why they love their new Champion windows.
Working with Champion was such a great experience that they've made our home much more comfortable now.
We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Right now, Champion Comfort 365 windows are buy two, get one free. Plus, buy now and pay nothing for a year.
I love my new Champion windows.
Let Champion help you fall in love with your home. Book your free in-home consultation online or call 888-930-CHAMPION today.
Are you behind on your mortgage? Is the bank threatening to take your home? Are you considering trying to get a loan modification on your own? Did you know that less than 5% of people who tried on their own actually got a modification? At the Mortgage Modification Helpline, we know the rules and regulations banks don't want you to know about, and we've helped thousands of people stay in their homes. So call the Mortgage Modification Helpline today.
Please call 800-631-7749.
I love that one.
I love it.
I love them.
It's easy to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love this one too.
And the auto show is the perfect time to see why.
Wow.
I love it.
That's my next truck.
Use Auto Show Cash and find the many reasons to fall in love with a new Chevy.
I love it.
I'm gonna go buy a Chevy.
Right now, get $1,000 Auto Show Cash on most 2020 Blazer models. That's on top of most other offers. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
It's here. Instant funding online from SpeedyCash.com. Don't have time to stop by a Speedy Cash store? Get cash now, no matter where you are. Apply for a loan using the Speedy Cash app. If approved, funds apply to your debit card in minutes with instant funding from SpeedyCash.com. Apply now. It's fast. Go to SpeedyCash.com for instant funding today.
I've always had jobs centered on helping people, but now with a nursing degree from Herzing University, I've made it a career.
Having a job was one thing, but having a career, to me, that meant something completely different. With a little hard work and a degree from Herzing University, anything is possible.
I'm possible at Herzing.
Well, good Sunday morning, folks. We are waking up to a beautiful day throughout South Central Wisconsin, and folks, things are really going to be fantastic as we move into this afternoon. Temperatures right now are at 33 degrees, but we keep that south wind around. We'll be at 46 by 1 o'clock. Look for those afternoon highs, making it into the low 50s. And while we will be about 10 degrees colder for afternoon highs tomorrow, there's a full-blown spring fever alert as we look at the extended forecast coming up in about 5 to 6 minutes.
Thanks, Chris. Going along with your spring fever alert, it's spring in the eyes of meteorologists, so we thought it's the perfect time to bring in Sarah Dahl from Longhorn Steakhouse to get us in the spirit. She's grilling with us this morning. Sarah, so you're cooking up lamb chops.
I am.
Let's walk through what happens.
All right.
So first you have your rack of.
Yep, we have our rack of lamb.
Okay.
Yep, we have our rack of lamb chops here. You know, a lot of people, they stay away from grilling lamb because they're just not as familiar with it, but it isn't much different than grilling a steak. We do have to cut these lamb chops right off of the rack here, so we're going to start with that.
Okay.
We'll get a couple of lamb chops here. When we get them all cut, we like to marinate them for about an hour.
Giant chef knives like that always intimidate me, but they actually are safer.
They are definitely safer,
okay.
Yep, and a lot smoother cut here. We'll place them right in our mixing bowl, and I'm going to have you help me here marinate these up.
Okay, if you trust me.
We're going to marinate, or we're going to put the canola oil in here first.
Canola oil.
We've got some minced garlic and parsley.
Okay, this smells really good. See, you can't trust me with anything.
That's okay.
We'll just pretend like the majority of that one in there.
And then we've got our chopped red onions.
All right.
All right. And then we're going to mix those all up.
Okay.
If you're doing this at home, you want to let them marinate for about an hour so we can get the best flavor in there.
Do you recommend people wear gloves, especially during flu season?
Yeah, definitely. Just because we're going to be touching some of our other sides and things after, you don't want that raw meat mixing in.
Okay.
So we've got those all marinated up. When we let them marinate for about an hour in the restaurant, we season them up also with
show people what's in the bowl.
Salt and pepper here.
Okay.
And then I've got one couple on the grill here already, and I've got one marinated up.
Yeah,
so
let's flip back.
Okay.
So they sit and marinate for about how long?
About an hour.
Okay.
Yep.
And then you're ready. Do you leave them on the counter, or is it important to keep these refrigerated?
We want to keep them cold, so we'll put them in the refrigerator while they're marinating. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. And then we cook them at Longhorn over our open flame. That brings out the flavor and helps to sear in those juices. But we know we don't always have that open flame, especially this time of year. We're getting a little warmer, so it might be coming. But if you've got like me a griddle or a pan, we're going to put it right on the real hot griddle. Have it nice and oiled so it doesn't stick there. When you have them cooking, we want to leave them on each side for about 3 minutes before we flip them. So I've had these ones on here for a few minutes. We'll give those ones a good flip here.
Okay.
Really sear in that flavor.
Yeah, it smells so good. Hopefully people at home can hear the sizzle. I know they don't get the smell, but if people do want to replicate this at home, do you have any tips of what day is best to pick up meat? Are there any little things that you learn as a chef that we might not know? Or what type of
not
meat is it
necessarily a
easiest?
day, but we want to, you know, it's always best to have the fresh meat instead of the frozen meat. That just keeps that quality for you.
Okay.
Makes it a little easier to cut when you've got that frozen. You got the time where you've got to thaw it, and then it makes the cutting a little bit harder. That fresh meat's just nice and tender to cut right through.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are these? Are these potatoes?
These are our roasted garlic mashed potatoes.
Okay.
So we're going to take our 4 finished lamb chops here. We want to have them cooked to an internal temperature of about 145 degrees. In Longhorn, we use the roasted garlic mashed potatoes. We top that right off with our wilted spinach here. And then we're going to take the lamb chops and top them right on top here.
And if we had more time, we could put even more of a sear on that.
We could, yeah. And if you've got the open flame, you get the grill marks right on there. You get some of that.
Okay. Oh,
that
wow.
charring.
It smells so good. Thank you for coming and bringing all this food and some great ideas, too. We hope to have you back as the temperature keeps climbing and more people will be grilling.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you, Sarah. We want to give you now a live look over the Capitol on this beautiful Sunday morning. Chris is tracking the turn of 40s, even 50-degree temperatures. He'll have your full work week forecast just ahead. News 3 Now This Morning Sunday. But first, let's take a look at who is turning 3 years old today. Happy birthday to Beckett and all the other kids celebrating.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
The markets are plunging for a second straight day.
Health experts warn the U.S. is underprepared. Managing a crisis is what Mike Bloomberg does. In the aftermath of 9/11, he steadied and rebuilt America's largest city, oversaw emergency response to natural disasters, upgraded hospital preparedness to manage health crises, and he's funding cutting-edge research to contain epidemics. Tested, ready.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message. Maybe we could build like a thing, you know?
To jump off?
Yeah. No, like to go all the way across. Some kind of beam to join the two sides.
You think that would help?
Yes, I do.
Well, he could be okay. Eventually, somebody has a better idea, like honest pricing with no surprise fees, ever. It's a better way to mobile. It's Spectrum Mobile.
Auto Show concept cars are great, especially when affordability is part of the concept. Announcing Auto Show savings time at your local Ford dealer. Now get great deals on Explorer, Escape, Fusion, F-150, and more. Every Ford is proudly built with tomorrow's technology today, all with huge savings. Now that's a great concept.
During Auto Show savings time, choose Escape with FlexBuy and get 0 for 66 financing plus $2,500 when you finance through Ford Credit.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about coming together. It's families, friends. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
If you experience bladder leaks, you shouldn't have to sacrifice discretion for protection. Try Always Discreet. The unique design features protective leak guards, which help prevent leaks where they happen most, and an absorbent material that turns liquid into gel for up to 100% leak-free protection. The shapewear design provides a closer fit to ensure total discretion. Choose the solution that keeps you drier and offers a seamless fit. Try Always Discreet underwear with a money-back guarantee. Brand power helping you buy better.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, folks, this is a setup we've been waiting for as a warm front moves our direction, swinging just a fantastic afternoon into south central Wisconsin, and you will already begin to feel those warmer temperatures as you step outside this morning. As we move into the afternoon, that warm front moves towards the north, so that's when the true milder air begins to surge in here thanks to a strong southerly wind that we're going to have in place. Check out Peru, Illinois. Those winds are out of the south at 23 miles per hour there. In Rockford, a south wind at 17, and Madison, a south wind at 10. We gradually see this south wind increase as we go throughout the day because of the warm front that's swinging to the north. And check out the temperature response. This is the temperature change over the past 24 hours. Notice how Madison is 23 degrees warmer. Moline, Illinois, 29 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. And we're pretty much seeing these kind of temperatures throughout the entire Badger State. Now, I want to show you high-resolution Doppler solely for the fact that it's quiet. This is the cherry on top. The fact that we're not going to be dealing with a bunch of rain today. We may see a few high clouds at times, but that is certainly it. We're waking up at 33 here in Madison. Now, with the winds, the wind chill is at 25, but that's not going to be an issue as we keep going because that sun is going to help things feel good. 37 already for Janesville. Monroe coming in at 35, and we put this into motion, and here we are at 11 o'clock now, and temperatures will be into the low 40s at that point. 46 at Janesville by the time we get towards 11 o'clock. 53 for the peak heating of the afternoon. 51, that forecast high for Madison. And what I want to show you is that even though places towards the north and west of Madison may not get to 50, they're still at least in the mid to the upper 40s. So it's a warm day for all of us. That snow that's on the ground likely will not be here by the time we get you towards tomorrow. Overnight tonight, things change. Pay attention to that wind direction. They become more northerly to northwesterly. This is when temperatures begin to drop, so we'll fall down into the 20s. Yes, tomorrow with that northwesterly flow, we will not warm up as much. We'll be a little bit colder, but we're still going to see those highs up around 40 degrees, and that's okay, because as we go through the next 6 to 10 days, the bullseye of warmer than average temperatures, it's right here across the Midwest, and we can expand that for the next couple of weeks with these warmer than average temperatures. So our average high right now is 36. We're going to be at 51 today. Our average high by next Tuesday is 39. We're going to be staying above that. And there's something special about the Sundays, Christina, because last Sunday, this Sunday, and next Sunday all look to have 50s in their forecast.
I think you're pretty special too. You make the Sunday
thank
special.
I try to see what I can do.
And I know you drive in from the west side of town. I drive in from the east side. If anyone was out and about earlier today, they might have noticed that the belt line, it was almost completely closed in between Todd Drive and Seminole Highway, but it's since reopened. So just, I wanted to let anyone know.
Good news for folks.
No one was injured in the crash. It was a 2-car crash, but luckily no one even in the hospital. So
that is
knock on
news.
wood.
Yes.
This isn't wood.
Really good news.
Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
No question, this is our favorite story of the morning. We know yesterday was Leap Day, and at Unity Point Health Meriter Hospital, each baby born received a knit frog hat. The only downside for these infants is they'll have to wait another 4 years before they celebrate another birthday. It's 2020, and women still make an average of 79 cents for every dollar a man makes, except for one industry. Tomorrow morning, we'll tell you the job paying men and women nearly the same amount and how they're celebrating that this week. But first, here are some of the hottest new fashion designers, CEOs, and head chefs in America. They all have one thing in common. They're teenagers. Meet these go-getters who haven't even gone off to college yet.
Earning on that eclair. Don't touch it. Don't touch it yet. Let me get the big one. This one? No. This one? Yes. No. The big one. They're all the same size. With Freedom Unlimited, you're always earning. Let me get them all. Let me get them all. Let's see inside.
Why does round pizza come in a square box?
Constant Contact makes it so easy to send emails. You'll have time to let your mind wander. Try email and our new website builder free.
Builder during Furniture and Appliance Mart's 72-hour Leap Day Appliance Sale, Saturday through Monday with a Preview Day Friday. You pay what the builders pay, which means savings up to 50% off top appliance brands. Plus, no other store in Wisconsin can offer free delivery, free setup, free financing, and a free 10-year limited warranty on your purchase. No one will beat our prices or match our deals. Hurry in. Sale ends Monday. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart, located inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
It's time to get a whole new perspective on Ram trucks. Because to us, there are no small jobs, no little tasks. And when it comes to innovation, there are no modest ideas. No wonder why more people are switching to Ram than ever before. See for yourself now during Ram President's Day event.
Competitive pickup owners get an average $15,000 in total values on the 2020 Ram 1500. Or well-qualified returning FCA lessees can lease the 2020 Ram 1500 for $279 a month.
Coffee before your 8 a.m. Belvita breakfast biscuits to get you through your 9, 10, and your 11 a.m. team mixer. Made with a delicious blend of grains, get 4 hours of lasting energy to outlast your morning.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. Bone-chilling. Back-breaking. Breathtaking. Winter weather can be a lot of things. But it should never be a surprise. Watch News 3 Now for an accurate forecast you can trust day in and day out. And when safety is an issue, you'll hear about it first and fast. First Warn Weather, always reliable so you can plan your life.
Welcome back. Forget 30 under 30 or even 20 under 20 lists. Today's entrepreneurs are getting younger and younger.
Lisa Mateo introduces us to 2 teen business owners to find out how they got their start, their challenges, and what they faced, along with the lessons that they learned along the way.
The camo is the best-selling in shop.
Fashion designer Michaela McLean runs the K-Marie project. The clothing line's Do You Boo series sold out in its Brooklyn debut. Now she's ready to expand, all at the age of 17. Was basically for other girls my age who go through the same thing, who have trouble finding themselves, finding their style. Mixy. Then there's 15-year-old Corey Nieves, who created Mr. Corey's Cookies after selling his sweets on the streets of Englewood, New Jersey at the age of 6. Since then, the business has moved into a commercial kitchen. He's worked with brands like Barney's, Target, and Whole Foods. I learned that never focus on the money, always focus on the customers, always smile. Being your own boss seems to appeal to more and more young people. According to the consulting firm Millennial Branding, 72% of high school students and 64% of college students want to start their own business someday.
I think that's a little bit of a reaction to the financial crisis. Maybe they saw their parents or heard about their grandparents being out of control about their work lives and their financial lives.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger cautions parents not to influence their child's decision.
If your child shows a desire, you want to encourage it, but you want to stress, like everything else, you have to get an education. It's an important calling card in the economy.
They come in 4 different colors. Michaela and Corey both plan to go to college. 2 go-getters with a bright future. Ooh. Who are already enjoying the sweet taste of success. Oh my goodness. Lisa Mateo, CBS News.
Some good news. Mr. Corey's Cookies has expanded internationally. The K-Marie project is in the process of expanding its line into additional boutiques. And boy, those kids just put us to shame.
What am I doing with my life?
I know. Not successful.
Well, hey, at least we'll be successful with the forecast this weekend. Okay. Sunshine out there right now. We'll see some periods of cloud cover as we go through the day. Look for those afternoon highs right around 51. 10 degrees colder tomorrow. Yes, as a little cold front comes through, but we bounce back. We're back in the mid and upper 40s by the end of the week. Plenty of sunshine as well. Our next chance of rain comes next Sunday with temperatures still in the 50s.